I kind of want to get into the chronic pain field with physiotherapy.
Yeah.
It's a very challenging field because pain is such a complex concept. It's not as straightforward as anyone thinks it. It's not just physical. Like in uni we learn it's a biological but also a psychological and a social component to it as well.
Wow.
And interesting, I'll tell you a story about pain. So the reason why pain is so complex because it's actually produced by the brain, not the body. So an example is that we learned this case study in uni where this construction worker jumps off a ledge and he lands on a nail. So a nail goes through his boot and his foot. So this guy is screaming in pain like anyone who had a 15 centimeter nail go through his foot would have. He went to ED, they put him under anesthetic and they took the boot they took the nail out. When they removed the boots, they couldn't find any puncture wounds or any blood. What had actually happened was the nail had gone in between his toes. So there's no actual tissue damage or puncture wound, but his perception was that he got punctured by a nail, so he felt the pain of that nail.
Wait, holy shit. Wait, so you're saying it didn't even puncture anything?
As in, there was no physical tissue damage, but his perception was
because he saw a nail go
because
through
that
his
was the
boot.
information his brain was getting that he had been punctured by.
So he's gonna feel that pain.
So it was so pretty much what your pain is, it's a threat detection mechanism given by your brain. So that's why I say when you're running from a tiger or and you scratch your leg on a branch or something, your brain perceives a threat as a tiger, so you don't feel the pain. Or say you roll your ankle while crossing the road, but there's a bus coming towards you. Your brain would be like, if you send that pain signal, you would fall down and then you would get hit by that bus.
I can honestly relate to that. I literally 3 weeks ago or something, I was running to make the ferry in the city, and as I was running to go across the road, I saw a car coming up. I was so tired, so I was just staring at the car, trying to figure out what lane it was in, and I had 3 minutes to make the ferry. And then as I looked back, my foot was half on the gutter, half off the gutter, and I just rolled straight over, phone in hand, because I was looking at the ferry time, through my phone, face hits the deck, and instantly it was just I knew there was a car flying up this main road, and my instant thing was scramble for my phone, which was so dumb, but then scramble back, and then when I am in the gutter and looked up and saw that I was fine, then I was oh, my ankle. But then I just didn't even comprehend pain in my ankle. It was there's a car possibly coming to hit me. I wasn't sure what lane it was in. But yeah, that's
insane how relatable that is. Yeah, that's crazy. Well, that's the thing. That's why pain is so complex, as in it's you get a stimulus to your your physical body. There's these sensors called nociceptors in your brain, in your body, that pretty much send that signal to your brain, and your brain kind of perceives it as a threat or not a threat, and then it sends that signal back and produces pain. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's why, so sometimes things aren't we can get touch all the time, all these, pretty much when I press something, that signal is getting sent to my brain, but your brain is saying, oh, okay, that's not a threatening stimulus, so it doesn't send pain back, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's very fascinating, but it also makes it super complex because there becomes people with chronic pain develop a mismatch between that whole pain system. That's why, have you heard of phantom limb pain? Yeah, people don't have any limbs, but there's that mismatch between there, so the brain still thinks there's a limb under threat there.
Way.
So they don't have a leg, but they're feeling pain in that leg.
Wow.
Which is interesting.
Yeah. What does that even feel like? That would be so strange.
But then from your point of view, in terms of the physio, it's that has to just be a psychological thing, right?
A lot of it's psychological and social wise, understanding their psychological pressures, social pressures more than the physical. And that's why a lot of chronic pain is to do with holistic healthcare. I was speaking to a hand therapist I was going to. She used to work in a chronic pain clinic, and she pretty much said there was no massage or anything. That a lot of it's mindfulness practice, meditation, breath work, a lot of that kind of stuff, which I kind of resonate with because it's a very holistic approach of care. Even in my clinic, I have to be a therapist a lot of the time. A lot of these people are just venting their problems to me as well. And a lot of the times I've gotten outcomes of patients without even physically doing anything. It's just educating them or reassuring them or telling them it's okay.
Almost just being an ear for
them. Yeah, literally. I'm literally just a therapist a lot of the time.